still, it's 8.5 hours. You can finish it in one day. You gotta start early. You gotta think about the trail as a marathon. You gotta start slowly and work your way up. Welcome to the EKadventure podcast, your place for information and engaging conversations about the outdoor activities. Today, I want to talk to you about a very special hiking trail called the St. Charles River Linear Park here in Quebec City. I did this trail this past summer and it's phenomenal. And if you're looking for a hiking challenge this summer, be sure to stick around as I'll be covering everything you need to know about how I prepared for this trail, what you need to bring along, and where is it exactly in Quebec City, and to what extent it's a beautiful experience. So, without further ado, let's go. St. Charles River Linear Park is a 32-kilometer footpath that connects the old port with St. Charles Lake at the northern end of the city. And it's so special because um, you can't find, actually, it's rare that you can find a park that connects an entire city from start to end. I want to show you how special the park really is. So we're gonna open Google Maps right now and type St. Charles River Linear Park. Choose whatever result you might encounter. It's going to give you a random location because remember the park is separated into different sectors. But I wanted to show you the city. Okay, if we zoom out a little bit, this is the city. This is Quebec City. Okay, and this part right here, this big blue spot, is St. Charles Lake. This is basically the end of the trail, unless you walk it backwards. And the start of the trail is not exactly where the red dot is, it's near the old port. This is the old port, and basically it's approximately, give or take, here. Okay? And if you follow along the blue path, this is the river, and the trail leads alongside the river. Some parts you're gonna have to step away from the river, and some parts you're near the river, but all of the sections are close by, and at the end you arrive at St. Charles Lake directly where you end 32 kilometers of walking trail. And I just wanted to show you a little bit of the trail on Google Maps, but in real life, it took me 8.5 hours to finish. Like, if you look at the maps in itself, you probably say, "Oh, this is nothing. It's just a walking footpath." Even if it's 32 kilometers, it shouldn't take that long, but it actually did. And sure, I rested a little bit. I took photos. I took videos, but still, it's 8.5 hours. You can finish it in one day. You gotta start early. And the thing is, I didn't even start at the beginning. But it was just a mere 4 kilometers or maybe 5 kilometers that you can easily do in like maybe 45 minutes if you're walking fast. And so 8 hours and a half, maybe 9 hours, depending on your speed, depending on the time you rest. And yeah, so what exactly did I do to prepare myself? And what do you exactly need to finish such a long walking trail? Even if it's a linear trail and it's not in a mountain, it takes a toll on your muscles and it takes a toll on your body if you're not well prepared, even mentally prepared. So, what I did was train the knees a lot. I went to the gym. I strengthened my knees so hard because all you're doing is walking, and sometimes walking for a long distance in the same linear way exhausts you much more than when you're walking uphill and downhill and you're just changing the angle of the knee placement I also explored the sectors before heading into to the hike day, the walking day. In that case, I took notes. I sort of memorized all of the main sectors, and I divided them throughout different weekends so that I don't get tired before. I took a trail running backpack instead of the usual 30-liter backpack. I just took a 5-liter backpack. I had prepared water, food, maybe a couple of sandwiches. Gatorade. Gatorade is a must. You gotta get those electrolytes because you're walking nonstop, especially during summer with the heat and you're losing a lot of body water because of your sweat. The cool thing though is that you can step out easily if necessary, and if you think that you're still kind of hungry, you didn't prepare enough water, food, anything like that, you can just step out of a start or a finish of a sector because the sectors are divided in such a way that at the start and at the end you have the exits, and you should be able most of the time to find exits that lead you to a restaurant or a gas station where you can buy a sandwich or water or Gatorade for that matter. So where did I park exactly? Well, it's not exactly a loop. So you gotta park somewhere and either take a cab back or you gotta park two cars at the same time, one at the start and one at the end, so that when you arrive, you're going to take the second car and just go back to your car. And what happened is that I parked at the old port and I walked all the way to the end and took a cab back to my car. Can you get lost? Yes, but not in the way that you think, because you can get lost by exiting a sector and trying to move from sector to another, but missing the sign that says it's over here, the re-entry. You can get lost if somewhere inside the sector, the trail is divided, and so you end up just doing a loop. So even when you exit or when you do a loop, you're always ending up right back somewhere in the park. And even if you miss the sign, you're gonna notice you're stepping out of bounds and you're just reaching a highway or or a main road. And so you just gotta have to trace your steps back, find the card, find the sign again, and just re-enter the sector, and you're good to go. For orientation, you just have to either record your trail so that you know that you need to continue left or right. But I would say in any given sector, most of the time, the river is on your left. Most of the time. When the river is on your right, it means you're just crossing from the southern side to the northern side. And that's basically about it. I'm not gonna lie though. I had some issues along the way because I was hiking alone and the heat was just killing me. This is one of the main difficulties that I had with this trail. But I had a sense of renewed energy when friends of mine joined. Some friends of mine joined me for 10 kilometers through halfway along the trail, and a friend of mine joined me for another 10 kilometer at the end, and I reached the lake with him. But at the last 10 kilometers, it was something else. You gotta think about the trail as a marathon. You gotta start slowly and work your way up to your natural speed or even to your natural endurance. Because trust me when I tell you, I've discovered the hard way what it means to effectively start slowly, what it means to really need to start slowly, as I was discovering new muscles along the way being developed in my leg. Like seriously, it was painful, but not in a negative way. Because at the last 10 kilometers, that's when I started noticing the exhaustion in my feet and in my legs and my quads. But I kept going slower than usual, but I was really careful. I was really careful because you could at the end tear a muscle up because you're just walking nonstop. and you underestimate the long distance. And that's what happened a little bit to me. Not that I hurt myself, but I just went on full, how do you say that? Paying more attention and being more cautious, I would say. So yeah. So that's a tip for you if you ever if you ever do the challenge. You gotta start slowly. Don't underestimate the trail. It's a very beautiful trail, but it's a long one. And you will pass across a lot of environmental diversities, and each section is unique in its own way. What are the difficulties that I had other than the last 10 kilometers? I would say the heat. Um, it was during summer, it was in July, and it was maybe 30 degrees, 32 degrees, but in the afternoon it cooled down a little bit. Luckily, inside the sectors, you have the whole trees protecting you, but still, it was really warm. It was really warm. And some sections, I noticed that some sections or some sectors, people tend to avoid and less frequently go to. I would say every sector has its value and has its unique perspective, and also its own hidden gems. Like that one time when I was just walking, I think it was when I was trying out the sectors and taking notes. My friend and I discovered a hidden door that we just opened. We just didn't want to enter because it was just too creepy to do so. It was dark. But it was like, kind of like one of those doors that you see in the movies where you open a door and you just go downstairs and there's an underground rave party somewhere. It was hilarious, but it was magical. It was really beautiful. And when I arrived at the lake with a friend of mine, we immediately took off our shoes and put them in the cold water of the lake, relaxed, watched the sunset, and then head back home because I had work to do the next day. It was Sunday, and after walking 32 kilometers, I had my feet sore, my muscles sore, not to the point that it was extremely painful, but still, I was tired. And yeah, so that's about it. I'm planning to do it this summer as well. Planning to start really early at kilometer number 0 to finish all the 32 kilometers, and try to do it again in 8.5 hours tops. Take some notes, take more notes, take more videos, take more photos, share them with you guys. Um, yeah, so I'm looking forward to it. Thank you so much for tuning in to this episode, and be sure to hit the subscribe and the like button if you'd like to see more content like this. Drop a comment of what kind of subject you would like me to discuss for my next episode, or maybe future episodes for that matter. Yeah, so until the next time, keep adventuring.